You know what I love about the fart this noise, right? Is listen to the ominous like ambient noise. Like before the sound starts, just listen to it. It sounds like he's recording it in a castle. Like I feel like if I was to ever hear that, I would know that I'm about to really shit myself.
Yeah.
Welcome to the episode, guys. Luke and Lewis is back.
Kind of like
We're
someone
here,
put like reverb on a fart.
Yeah.
It sounds like someone put a large room or a cathedral filter over the fart.
It's definitely ominous. I just love the room noise of that. Every time I hear the fart, I discover something new about it. And for me today, it's the room noise. But welcome. Huh?
The microphone's coming out of the speaker.
Welcome, everyone, back to Luke and Lewis. Let's just get straight to it. After 2.5 minutes of not getting straight to it, let's get into it.
Okay.
Lewis,
What?
we missed out on You May Be Fooled.
We did.
And
we missed out on April Fools.
No fooling happened in May. No fooling happened on April 1st. No fooling happened in Zoom because it was Zoom June. We're now up to Would You Lie to Me?
Yeah.
We've almost done a whole calendar year and not a single prank has been played when we said there was going to be mischief.
Yeah, there hasn't been much mischief, even though we've really promised it. And to be honest, judging from the SOUNDOFF section, all of the people, and even everyone in the Patreon Discord, no one's that hyped about Would You Lie to Me, despite the great name.
It is a great name, and I wasn't that hyped about it either. Now, I had one plan. I had one prank. It wasn't even a prank, really. But the thing is, I realized, and I said this on the show, I'm not that into pranks. I've never been a prank man. I would never want to be mean to you. And you know why? Because our friendship is more important than some silly joke on this show.
Hard disagree.
Okay, well, I was trying to take the high road here.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that
I'm under the freeway. I live under the bridge.
I would never, ever... Is that way I look like a troll? Burn. Okay, I'm not that much of a good friend.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But would you agree that we would never intentionally do something to the other that would rub them the wrong way, piss them off, make them angry?
Yeah, I'd agree that. Yeah. I think our whole career, we've never really done anything that's truly pissed the other off.
Yeah.
In a very negative way.
There was one stern conversation you had to have with me on radio where I promised on air to all our listeners that you would go on a roller coaster or something like that. And you very sternly said, I love a joke, but this is not funny and I will never do this, not even for a joke.
Yeah, because it's the thing is, you're like, oh, why don't you, I know it's scary, why don't you just do it? I literally can't.
Well, you could.
And
if someone strapped you in there, you could. You'd just be convulsing and it wouldn't be very funny. You'd be vomiting all over yourself. It'd be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we decided not to go ahead with that one.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say that I won't be pranking you.
You're not going to prank
And
me.
I'm not going to do anything that pisses you off. And you know what?
It sounds like you're really it sounds like you've done something and you're just really patting the fuck out of it.
Would you agree that it's actually hard to annoy you? You're not very easily annoyed.
Yeah.
You're a pretty relaxed guy.
Before I answer this question, will my answer change after
I just think,
something?
Would you agree with me that something so small and there's nothing small that I could really do that would piss you off, is there?
No, like I don't get annoyed. Life's good, man.
You're a relaxed guy.
I'm a relaxed guy.
And there's nothing I could do to even slightly ruin your day.
Okay, I'm going to give you what you want. There is nothing you could possibly do that would annoy me.
Great.
Was that what you were asking
That's
for?
all I wanted.
And that's a promise to all the listeners. Nothing he could do could annoy me, especially now that I know it's coming.
Good. Now let's move on.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm glad we checked that off. Luke, we had a...
What?
That makes me
Move on.
really angry.
What?
Where did you get that?
What?
Where did you get that?
For audio listeners, what?
He's wearing my necklace. Where did you get that? You can't get
this.
them.
This is just my necklace.
That sucks.
I was
That makes me so angry.
What do you mean? I trying a new thing, and I thought you'd be a supportive friend.
I'm really angry.
Why?
I take it all back. That annoys me a lot.
Why?
Because
I'm just trying to.
that's my
Oh
thing.
shit! You have the same necklace.
Of course I have the same necklace.
Dude, I had no idea.
That makes me very upset.
Really?
Yeah. Where did you get that?
I just thought it's a cool necklace.
Did you get? Is that Daniel Tocqueville's necklace? Because he has one now.
He does have one.
And it seems like a lot of people are finding where to get these.
Yeah.
Which they're very hard to get.
Oh, eBay actually took 5 minutes. You told everyone that they were rare. Turns out if you have 7 beers in you and $85, you can just get one.
$85?
Yeah.
That's cheap. That's
With
good,
shipping.
That's good silver. It's worth. I reckon you could melt that down for more than $85.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
It's a Phantom comic book necklace.
It's 925 sterling silver. That's bougie.
Whatever. The point is,
that makes me so upset. Give it to me.
I will not.
Give
It's
that
my
to me.
necklace.
No, give it to me. That's my necklace. Give it to me.
You know what will make you more upset?
What?
Bought it with a joint account.
Oh, that sucks. Well, 50% of that is mine now.
I guess.
Give me the pendant. You can keep the string.
No, I was going to say you could have the string.
No,
I went to the
you
effort
can,
of buying
You can
it.
have the string.
So,
I
cool.
think you would look good with the string.
And I actually probably would look cool with it. I have one with a shark tooth on it from when I went to Darwin when I was 12. What?
Oh, wait, isn't that shark bait? I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shark tooth.
Sorry, I'm fuming. My brain's not really working right.
But yeah, no, I was just trying a new thing.
What are you going to do with it?
Huh?
What
Just
are you going
wear
to
it.
do with that?
What else? What else would you do with the
necklace? Doesn't go with
necklace?
anything you wear.
It goes with my Ganda top.
I hate the noise that it makes because it's very reminiscent of what I hear all day, and I hate that I'm hearing that on you. That's annoying. You know who is really going to be angry about that? Jazz. She'll see you with that, and she'll also get angry.
Great. I'll be like, wow. I'll be pretty annoyed about the lack of support I'm getting with my new fashion choice from my friends.
Mate.
Devlin thought it was cool. Yep. Keelan thought it was cool. He thinks it looks really good on me.
You know what I think?
What?
You've ruined the episode.
I have not. and I cannot stress enough, I would never do anything to intentionally make you angry. Now tell your story.
Doesn't annoy me at all.
No.
That sucks.
What do you mean? Before you go to sleep tonight, this is all you're going to hear. And now when yours makes that noise, it'll infuriate you. I'll leave tonight.
Yeah.
I'll forget about this because I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not that into necklaces. I'm just trying something new.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. I didn't even realize you had it, to be honest. I just thought it was like a cool thing.
Okay. Nah.
And then I'm gonna leave, and you're gonna go home. You're gonna bend down. Oh shit! And it's gonna piss you off.
I'm already angry about that. That sucks. All right. Well, at least you've made up for us missing all of May, because I don't think I can top that.
It's honestly the best prank that anyone's ever done on the show. It's so small. You know what? A normal person, I think people would agree in the sound-off section, shouldn't annoy you this much. I know it does. It shouldn't, though.
Man.
Because I was like, man, what's the one thing that he just couldn't come back from? He can't recover. He's got a Frankston tale to tell. He doesn't even want to tell it.
I'm upset.
Do I have to put it away for you to tell it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'll put it here, but you'll know it's here.
Oh, man, I feel so good. I feel so much better. I'm angry. I'm fuming. I'm upset. Man, you know who was upset?
Yeah.
This happened... obviously, you know, it's been a while since we've done Frankston Tales.
Last week.
What?
It was last week.
Okay, well, we're doing it again.
It's time for Frankston Tales.
Devlin said it was last week.
That was me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know I was setting a microphone or not.
Frankston, beautiful suburb, place where Keelan and I live. Some would say jewel of the South.
Others would say not a beautiful suburb.
Has palm trees.
Yeah, it does have palm trees.
Great.
Yeah, it does have a lot of jewel theft.
Has 3 donut shops on one street.
And what
That's
else
actually-
could you ask for?
That's actually like a an indicator of a pretty bad place with a low socioeconomic area. If there's enough demand for 3 donut shops.
Yeah, you know what? You have a point, but
Yeah.
you know, if you want a donut and you're not feeling it from one place or the other place,
just
you
keep
still have a
going.
donut. Yeah, that's great. So Keelan has been working at my place.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you start with your tale?
Last Thursday, we had a busy filming day. I got there at 10 o'clock at Lewis's house, ready to film a bi-monthly bull and his
I'm
podcast.
assuming he was asleep.
No, not this time.
I was
Wow.
up and both of us were ready to go because we knew it was such a busy day for
And
us.
the house next door is full of contractors, and they're yelling and they're screaming, and the radio's up really loud,
They're
tearing down the bungalow.
Yeah, you could just hear Triple M all day.
Triple M.
The Triple M wasn't even unnecessary. The Triple M wasn't even the issue. The issue was they were demolishing a bungalow, but they had no machinery. They did the whole thing by hand with sledgehammers. And there was one guy in particular that every time he swung the hammer, literally every time he went, "Oh yeah!"
Like he was Sharapova
Yeah.
playing tennis, but
Yes.
with a sledgehammer.
And it was so obvious it was just the boys having a good day with no boss.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
were just screaming from like, Lewis says 6 a.m. and they didn't leave until like 3 p.m.
Yeah, 6. This is how I woke up in the morning. 6 a.m. on the day I have to film a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah! And then smash, and they were demolishing the house in the most fun way possible.
Yeah, not
Right?
the most efficient or practical.
No, and I can't knock them for it. I didn't complain at all.
No, it's
it
a
was
free
annoying,
break room.
But I couldn't fault them for it because I was actually jealous. I wanted to jump the fence and join in and make noises myself.
Yeah. Did
But
you ask for a go?
I should
You
have.
could have just filmed that. That would have been a good video. We demolished a house. Like that's a good clickbait.
Yeah, that would be good. I
Should have
did
just asked
hear,
to join in.
It was pretty sweet. I went out for my lunch break. I walked down the street and I get back and it's a working day and they're all just hanging out at the front, just chatting,
Yeah.
pretending to put stuff in the boot of a car.
The boss
While
was
there's
there.
like 2 guys actually working on the site.
Yeah, there was 6
was
men to
sweet.
demolish like a little studio bungalow.
Dude, welcome
One
to
guy could do it.
Welcome to Australia. That's every work site in the country.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were making sound effects the whole time. You're the Voice came on, and all 6 of
Perfect.
them started going, "No voice, don't understand." They started smashing in
All right,
unison.
mate. You've got a sledgehammer in your hand. You're out
Yeah.
in the sun, and John Farnham comes on.
Man, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it was really good.
But it did ruin your day.
It did ruin
Sounds
my
like
day.
you're complaining.
Yeah, well, I think that honestly, I was happy to sacrifice my day because they were having such fun.
Yeah.
You know, at halfway through the day, I'm walking through, and you can hear the other side, and I hear the really loud guy, go, "Oh, what time's the boss coming in?" Someone goes, "Oh, about 30 minutes." And he goes, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, what's the problem?" And he goes, "Oh, apparently he doesn't like my on-site behavior." And then he goes, "Oh yeah." So that's great. That was Keelan's Frankston tale. My one is a banger.
By the way, that tale wasn't. I'm sure it did occur in Frankston, but not a typical Frankston's tale. Could have actually happened in any suburb.
Could have been any work
Mainly
site.
just a tradie tale.
Yeah, it is a tradie tale.
That happens on work sites all around Australia. That behaviour.
Yes. And, sound off below with your tradie tales. This one's great. So you used to come to my house to record the show, Luke. The bakery near mine,
Yep.
they have a $10 minimum.
Yep.
huge.
The same bakery that had the incident of the lady coming in and screaming, asking for a tap.
Yes.
If people
You're a
cast
tap
their minds
around
back.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So $10 minimum, really annoying, right? Especially at a bakery where you never want $10 of anything. You want a loaf of bread and then maybe some pies. And those are separate transactions.
Do they do
you know?
coffee?
They do coffee, but it's not very good. So
Yeah.
no one's getting it. Like, even if you're going in for lunch,
But
if
that's
you buy
how they get
yourself-
you to get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that. So I'm walking past in the morning, and there's this woman in there screaming at the woman behind the counter, going with one loaf of bread in one hand and a debit card in the other. And I catch what is the back end of this.
You already know what's happening.
Yeah, I see it before I hear it, and I go, "This is great." I stop outside so I could just listen to this, and I hear this. "I want to pay for it. I want to give you money. all I want is bread. I don't need $10 worth of fucking bread. I just want a loaf. And the woman's like, it's a $10 minimum. It's a $10 minimum. She goes, no, it's not. That's bullshit. Plug in $3.30. I'll pay for it right now.
Yeah.
Take the card. And she goes, it's a $10 minimum. She goes, oh, so you're not going to take my $3.30? And she goes, no, it's a $10 minimum. She goes, all right, I tried. I guess you don't want my money. And then she ran out of the store with the loaf of bread, ran down the street.
I saw the back end of this on your Instagram
this is
story.
Her running down the street with a loaf of bread, just sprinting. And I sat and watched her. She sprinted the whole length of the street like she was in the Olympics with her one loaf of bread and debit card.
Fuck.
Really great.
That would never, ever happen where I live.
No.
Ever.
Because your neighborhood is full of pushovers who would spend $10.
Actually, the weird incident happened in our neighborhood. It wasn't very funny though, so I'm not really sure why I'm going into this, but I've brought it up now. It went really viral. It was on the news and stuff. There was a guy in a wheelchair.
Shitty Diamond City.
No, there was a guy in a wheelchair who got denied from an Indian restaurant in Eltham. And they were like, we don't have room for you. And he made this video, it went viral. And now everyone in the area is like, fuck this place. We're never going. I'd never even heard of it. But so they clearly weren't doing great business.
Do you own an Indian restaurant, Q?
Mate, why have you never invited us? That's crazy. But that was surprising in my area. That's not very well to do. But yeah, that would never happen. Someone
blatant theft, like someone going, I'm going to steal from you, goodbye.
But they did it in like an honourable way. No, not really.
Honestly, I can't fault it. I've just stopped going
Isn't
there.
it illegal to do minimum?
It's not illegal, but the FPOS companies don't like it. And like, you know, you wouldn't snitch, but you could call Visa and go, oh, they're doing $10 minimums. And then Visa would tell them, stop doing that or we won't serve you as a customer.
Yeah, but the business lose money because they get a cut taken from the FPOS. Is that why?
I think
it's like 1%, isn't it?
I think the cut is so small now that it's actually just about upselling rather than the cut. I believe. I don't know. I've never
there was the place near the old warehouse that did a $30 minimum. Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
that was right. Wild.
And it was a great tuck shop. And we went there one day to look at the selection, and all of us were like, "Oh my god, this has everything!"
Yeah.
And then it was a $30 minimum,
and we never went back.
Yeah.
And then we trashed it on a podcast, laughed about it, and moved on.
That bakery is in the community's bad graces at the moment because for some reason they also got rid of white sourdough bread. Walked in one day.
So that's the best kind of sourdough bread.
I've been getting white sourdough bread every single day.
What, they do wholemeal sourdough bread?
I walk in one day. And they go, oh, we don't do that anymore. I'm like, oh, what do you do instead? She goes, oh, wholemeal sourdough. And I was like, okay.
And then I left. Like whole wheat.
Fuck whole wheat.
Yeah, fuck whole wheat.
I like bone meal better.
3 months later, right? I think the whole community did what I did. Was like, all right, well, I'm just never coming back. 3 months later, there's now a giant sign that says white sourdough is back. That's the only thing it says.
How fucked
really?
I think the whole suburb must have just gone on strike. Well, I'm not going to bakery anymore.
How fucked is this? They raised sausage rolls by 40 cents also.
At that same bakery?
At the same bakery.
Yeah. At what point are you just like telling people to leave the store? $10 minimum, extra 40 cents. Next they're going to be charging for sauce. Fucking riot.
They do.
Let's all steal a loaf.
It's very expensive also.
Sprint down the street.
You know what?
Just go in there. All right, you hate business, do you? You hate getting money, all right? We go in there with our debit cards, we wave them around, and then we get Devlin to film the back end of us sprinting down the street.
That could be good.
Yeah.
Community action.
Bit of content.
Bit of harassment.
Yes.
Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll leave him alone.
We had a sound off actually in the last episode that amused me. It was a bloke saying, I love this show's subtle, I forget what it was, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, I love this show's subtle undertones of mild public harassment in the sense that we were kind of encouraging people to line up at a street sign in Gympie to just take photos, like 1,000 people to visit this suburban street where people live.
Gimp
and it's
Fest
not
is gonna
really
be
harassment, but it's one of the tourist attractions there. Don't live on such a famous street.
No. Kidgel Street. It's one of the most
You should have
famous
known
streets
when
in
you
the
bought
land.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, one day Luke Kidgel's going to come here and people are going to want a photo.
One day I did a show in Melbourne and someone arrived with a Lewis Street sign that they had taken down with tools to present to me.
That's another thing. A little bit of chat in our Discord of people stealing the sign. Do not steal it for two reasons. One, it's illegal. Two, it's one of the top 3 tourist attractions of GimpFest.
You can't bring that down to 2.
We need to keep it there so people, otherwise you're stealing it and people can't have the fun.
You're stealing the experience for other people.
Yes.
You know, like we want to get in the good graces of the town of Gympie. We want to boost tourism.
Yep.
We want to make sure Pizza Hut makes a lot of money. The nice bakery makes a lot of money.
We want to go there
they
and
didn't have an FPOS minimum.
We want to go there and have a positive impact on Gympie
Yep.
to potentially be invited back. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't want to just like ruin this town and then leave and giggle and go, haha, we fucked up this regional Australian town that have probably done it tough after a pandemic. That's not the goal.
We want to benefit Gympie's economy, not just for them, but also for us. We haven't told you guys this, but we've actually for the last 6-8 months, we've been investing all of the Patreon money into the Gympie's real estate market, and we're actually majority owners of most of the suburb because a house down there is like $20.
$2.50, I don't know.
$2.50, $20. You know, you can if it was in the bakery, you'd have to buy 5 houses just to be able to use your Visa card.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that. So we're trying to boost the economy there because we actually own most of the land at Gympie. So that's kind of our motivation for GimpFest, and we really would respect if you guys would help.
And
us
also,
out with
we'd
that.
like to do a good celebration of episode 300 of the show.
That's part of
another
it.
reason.
Yeah.
What I will allow though,
is
if people find a Luke sign, they steal that, chuck it next to the Kidgel Street. I'm not going to look. I'm not going. I'm not. I'll allow it. I'm not going to encourage it.
Yeah. Okay.
I would laugh.
Yeah. Someone holding up a Luke sign next to the Kidgel sign?
I'm not going to deny that I'd laugh, but however, don't steal things. If maybe make one, get one made.
Stealing's theft.
Or find it on a street corner.
And I've heard that theft is a crime.
Yeah. And we would never encourage that.
Absolutely not.
Speaking of the show's community Discord, we do have the Discord, which is on the Patreon. It is the reason why this show exists. So thank you very much to our secret sounders, senior sounders, and of course our sergeant sounders. Big old salute. I went in the Discord the other day. I guess we haven't given a Discord update for a while.
Yeah.
I always lose my phone down these seats. Does that ever happen to you?
No.
All right, man. Well, I need to... Fair enough. It's not relatable. I have found some good sound-offs in the Crumb Corner, which we haven't gone through in a while. So if you don't know, we have a dedicated space. Obviously, all the people on our Discord and on our Patreon are loafs.
Yes.
They're the people that keep the show running.
Yeah.
But occasionally a loaf, it becomes a crumb. That's what happens to loaves.
Yep, sometimes, loaves very rarely stay loaves. They turn into crumbs.
Eventually.
It just makes sense.
It's just the circle of life. So we have a dedicated space in the Discord that is the Crumb Corner.
Yeah.
And it's a self-policing system where if you do something particularly crummy in the chat, which happens from time to time.
I've done it.
I've got sent to the Crumb Corner before for things I've said on the podcast.
Yeah, sent to the Crumb Corner. Sometimes I'll put something in the Discord and the other members of the Discord will send me to the Crumb Corner.
Yeah.
It's happened before.
And we're not above the law either.
No, absolutely not.
So just amuses me because all the Crumb Corner is, by the way, is just for people saying why they're in the Crumb Corner and no other chat occurs.
It's the only part of the Discord that never goes off topic ever.
No conversation. It's just one-off, I guess,
This is why
crumb
I'm
confessions.
here. Yeah.
Here's some of my favorites. This one dates back to 2020 from Lucy. Last night I voted to throw the king into the lava pit in Among Us. He was one of the imposters, but I still feel crummy. So she was
Celeb Spot King.
She was playing with Daniel Tocknell, the Celeb Spot King.
Yeah.
And people clearly, she must have brought that up in the chat. People went, how fucking dare you disrespect royalty like that?
Maybe that was, the discussion of like, look, he's clearly the imposter. You can vote for him, but you must send yourself to the Crumb Corner
Don't throw him in a lava pit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that in the game.
Apparently.
Have they updated Among Us? Can you do lava pit tosses now?
I don't know. You'd have to ask every 9-year-old on the planet.
Yeah. This is one. It's from, I don't know the name. Shut the fuck up, Derby. STFU Derby. This was my favorite. And I think this one was self-appointed Crumb Corner sending.
Yeah.
This was, I think he sent himself to the Crumb Corner upon self-reflection.
Okay.
I just reread all the emails I've sent the show at varying levels of intoxication. Safe to say I'm in the 95%.
Okay, that's a lovely self-awareness.
We like that.
No one sent him there. He just looked at it and was like, I got to report it.
Yeah, this sucks. I need to report myself.
And once you report your sins
You're
and
off.
you confess, it's just, just like, God, we forgive you. It's all good.
Yeah, it's really it's kind of like reporting yourself to the police station. It's an honest thing to do.
Want an example of one of his emails?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought, is human cum vegan?
Yeah, that's hey, mate. Can you report yourself again specifically for that one
Because
email?
we had to read it again, and now it has made it onto the show.
Keelan, report to the Crumb Corner immediately for reading that on the show. Okay,
All right, doing now.
thank you.
This is the last one. I hated this one from Morgan. I'm reporting to the Crumb Corner for buying a chicken in Putty. And the only bit of discussion that I've ever seen was someone just coming in with deserved.
That's good. That's good.
And you know what we love here more than Patreon? Nothing actually. But you know what we love second to that and pretty close to that? Our show sponsors.
Absolutely.
We appreciate them. They're the only reason why we sit here and do this.
And you know how much we love our sponsors.
How much?
Heaps. But also, we love them so much that Devlin actually made, the TikTok guy, actually made little handmade coasters to celebrate our sponsors.
They're so cool.
They are really hand-painted coasters. They're really nice, really cute.
Not for sale, by the way.
Not for sale.
One off.
Exclusively for us. We got one on the set there
And
behind
there's a
us.
little Luke and Lewis branded one as well.
Really, really cute. Really great.
He got a little crafty during lockdown, didn't you, Dev?
Yeah. So that's good.
And by the way, he nailed the knobby font.
He really did. That's kind of impressive.
Are you
The
good
knobby
at
font.
art?
Clearly, look at these coasters. He's a bloody Picasso, I think.
Yeah.
You know, Michelangelo would look at this and go, "Man, I got to take down the Sistine Chapel. This sucks.
Yeah.
Let's replace it."
Just, you know what? Just knock it down.
Absolutely. So our first sponsor for this episode is Nobby. Nobby.com.au. Use code SOUNDOFF. My one critique of this handmade painted coaster, confusing placement of the text. Guys, use code Nobby for SOUNDOFF. You know, I don't know what order to read this.
Yeah.
Use code is up the top. Nobby is in the middle. SOUNDOFF is down the bottom. Little bit confusing. But guys, it's nobby.com.au. Use code SOUNDOFF.
Very creative. Terrible formatting issue.
Yeah.
The use code SOUNDOFF was done second.
Yeah, it was an afterthought.
Yeah.
You were like, how am I going to fill the top and bottom of the coaster?
But wait till you see the back of this coaster. It's he
And by the
improved.
way, did you say you get $5 off?
$5 off and free shipping
And-
your first pair.
Also, they're just kind of legends.
Yeah.
And you feel like a legend in it. Today I have my Aussie undies on. They got a koala on them. They're like Outback
Very cool.
themed. They got an emu on them. They're kind of like slapping the coat of arms on your cock.
Mate,
It's a great set of undies. It's one of my favorite pairs.
you know what I like
have you
doing?
got on today?
I have so many pairs of Nobby now.
Yeah.
I like just reaching into my clean underwear drawer, pulling one out and go, what am I wearing today? And today, what am I wearing? I'm wearing my my Shark ones.
Shark Boys.
Shark
They're
Boys.
good. A
Really
classic.
great
We got
stuff.
them quite early.
Yeah.
Shark and Flamingo, they love to dabble in a funky animal.
Yes.
You forgot your
Flamingos.
Flamingo boys? Yeah, what have you got on, Dev? Pineapples.
The whole team is rocking Nobby, and so should you. Use code SOUNDOFF, $5 off free shipping. They're just legends, and it's really, really good stuff.
Yep.
Just as equally good.
Flip that coaster over.
Check this out. Manscaped.com, the best ball bag pussy hair shaver in the game. Use code SOUNDOFF. Devlin has learned from his mistakes. Did you do this 1 second? Yeah.
Did you get a stencil for that? It's
It's
very
so
good.
good. It's very good. Manscaped.com. Use code SOUNDOFF for 20% off and free shipping. The Lawnmower 3.0 package. They've
Easily
got great stuff.
the best shaver in the game.
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't make a coaster for any shaver. Gillette? No way.
Yeah, and also not just for your balls. We've really been pushing the ball market. I'll just do some snail trails trimming.
Bit of chest.
You know what else? I've actually got two now.
Yeah.
Because another podcast to do may or may not have been sponsored by Manscaped, right?
Yeah.
I have two of the lawnmowers now.
Right.
I use it for my face on tour.
Yes, I've been using
It's
it for my
such a
neck.
small, compact shaver,
Yeah.
and I use it here. And I had a message recently going, Luke, I don't want this to sound weird, but how do you always have the perfect amount of stubble, just even though it looks when you shave at all times?
What?
Manscaped, dude, because it doesn't shave all the way down, and I get a lot of rashes from razors. I don't like using razors, so I actually use the trimmer, and it just trims it up nice. I did it last night, and this is what you get.
Mate, it's really good stuff.
Plus, I look like 10 years younger. I look like a little boy if I don't have a stubble.
Yeah, and you don't want to look like a little boy down there. That's no good. You know, unless you're dating George Pell, it's probably not something you'd be into. Manscaped.com, use code SOUNDOFF. I hope they don't hate that joke.
Don't know if they'd love that one, but
Like, you know what they would love? You guys using the code.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, well, that's like.
yeah, use our code and support the brands that support us. And I think it's been going really well for both of the brands. So thank you very much for you guys for getting on board and keeping this podcast alive.
Yes, I mean, things have been going great. Like we've expanded the team. Devlin's picked up. He's gone from 1 day to 3 days now.
He quit his other job. Did we say that?
Woo! That's good.
Devlin no longer works at a call center.
Yes.
We love that. We love dragging people out of scripted phone conversations from 9 to 5. It's our favorite
that's
thing.
me. That's where I came from. So,
I'm the only one on the
to
team
save
that's
someone.
never had a job.
yeah, that sucks.
You know
Give
what?
me that fucking necklace.
Dude, it shows. and also, no.
But yeah, I think the show's like really improving. We have 2 really good camcorders now. Stop that. Which is great because you would have noticed that the set upgraded, but the camera setup was really mishmash, and we would look really different. The colors would be weird, and that was because we were using just different cameras every time we shot it.
Yeah.
This is now how it should
we
look
could have
like.
taken money for ourselves for the first time ever from the show.
Yeah.
And what did we do?
Back into the hole.
$3,000 camera.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
And still one more to go, actually.
yeah, 1 more to go. We're still going to replace this one in the middle, but when we do, dude, we might have to close the show.
I want the Patreon members or anyone who's like supported our brands if you're wearing a pair of knobbies right now, I want you to look at Lewis's angle and be like, cut to it now, Keelan. Oh, that's crisp. And I want you to feel partly responsible
and
because you've helped support the show.
You know what? Now, have a look at Luke's angle and go, you did that.
That's crisp.
But-
now
but
look at the
also-
wide and go,
We've
we
got a bit to
we
go.
still have some
We
work
still
to
have
do.
some work to do. And now, look at Keelan and Devlin.
You
You
can't.
can't because we don't have a camera for them. But hopefully, we will.
Lewis,
Yes?
we've reached what?
Lewis has an ad.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
I was thinking about how...
Thank God, because I was about to bring up something I didn't want to do.
Well, we need a new camera, right? We need 2 new cameras here, and you and I would like to get paid,
Of course.
basically, to do this show. I have a bit of a solution.
Bear in mind, we have done 10 minutes of ads.
Okay,
Right,
well,
okay.
let's just do a really
Just
quick 20 minutes
Knock it out.
of ads. So, what I was thinking is obviously you want the show to be better. You want the show to improve.
Absolutely.
You're spending shitloads of our money on unnecessary stuff that makes me angry.
No.
Right?
Actually, not that expensive at all.
Well, okay, whatever. Okay.
Plus, now I get to wear this every day forever.
Well,
so it's fine.
No, you don't.
Well,
When you least expect it, you're gonna go.
get choked.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip it off you. I'm gonna pull a 50 cent and snatch your chain.
Okay.
We talked about this last episode about whether or not we should get Fleshlight as a sponsor for the show. And I think we both
Really thought we were joking.
I think my recollection of it, correct me if I'm wrong, was that all of us agreed that it would be a great idea. Is that correct?
Just going to correct you if you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're right.
So you don't think having Fleshlight as a sponsor of the show would be good?
I think it'd be funny as a one-off.
Oh, funny as a one-off?
I don't know if we want to be like known as the Fleshlight guys.
Yeah. Well...
Like the guys that come in rubber tubes and then tell other people to do it.
Yeah, they would be quite hard to clean, I think is what we really thought about. But I was just thinking,
It's not a dishwasher, apparently.
it's not locked in, but, if I'm just floating the idea, if our show was sponsored by Fleshlight, this is what it would be like. This episode of the Luke and Lewis podcast is brought to you by Fleshlight, the world's best tube you can have sex with. The Fleshlight is cool, stylish, and easy to use.
Is it easy to clean?
Depends. Do you have a dishwasher?
I don't want to use a dishwasher.
Well, then it's very difficult to clean. The price starts lower than your dignity if you're buying this because it's $119. The Fleshlight will light up your world until you have to clean it. But don't believe me, listen to one of our satisfied customers.
Hi, I'm Ruben Solo, and I love coming in a silicone pocket. I use this all the time.
Do you clean it?
No.
Thanks, Ruben Solo. This podcast is sponsored by Fleshlight. Come on, dude. Come in a tube.
The slogan's good.
Yeah, the slogan is good.
The slogan's good, and that guy at the end who gave that was gross, but I'm glad he likes it.
Yeah, it is. He's
Yeah, what was his name? Ruben Solo.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a frequent user of
Oh
the
yeah,
thing.
Instagram guy. He's on TikTok.
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like Lord Farquaad.
Yeah. Lots of fridge comedy. My dad's missing.
Yeah.
So, did you see he did another one about having no dad?
Yeah.
It was really funny, but
Yeah.
I love that his niche is really you don't have parents. It's
Yeah.
really great. Every
And
time
he
makes
does have parents.
Yeah, that's why it's so funny. Every time he makes a new version of the you've got no dad, I'm impressed. I'm like, man, that's still funny. That's
Yeah.
great. So thoughts? Do you reckon we could?
I mean, the ad was great. $119. Is that really how much they cost?
Yeah, we Googled it.
Yeah,
After
right.
pay, though.
Also, I didn't realize.
After pay.
I was under the impression that Fleshlight wasn't a company or a brand. I thought it was like Vibrator, and there was different brands of Fleshlight.
No, so originally the brand started was because you could disguise it as a flashlight in your room. So it's discreet, and then you would spin off the top of like the
pussy.
cover, and it's a pussy.
Okay.
The flashlight.
Pocket pussy.
Right.
Is what
That's why I
everyone
thought it was
does
just a thing. I didn't think it was a brand, but it's a
No,
brand.
it's an actual
See,
brand.
this is what people don't realize. Another one is Esky is a brand.
Yeah.
Cooler is the product.
Mm-hmm.
Esky is just the most popular brand of Cooler, but now it's got to the point where people like go, oh, we'll get an Esky, and it doesn't really matter who
brand.
makes it.
Another one, Glad Wrap. It's a brand. It's actually called Cling Wrap.
Yes.
Windex.
Americans call it cling wrap, don't they? Because they
Yes,
don't have Glad
do.
Wrap.
Americans also call tissues Kleenex.
Because it's a
Kleenex
brand.
is a brand of tissues. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
So thoughts on getting sponsored by Fleshlight?
I just think we have a lot of cock-related sponsors already. Maybe we need to hit the VPN market or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
If I told you I've hit them up and asked for a few weeks sponsorship, how would you feel?
I would believe you, and
I didn't tell him to do
I'd
that.
be pretty amused, didn't you?
No, I didn't tell him to do that.
Yeah, we'll do it. I don't really
What
want
did you
to.
say?
Here's the thing: is I don't. We have a rule in our show where and if we break the rule, then it's like, well, then
Oh, yeah,
can we
the
trust these
rule.
guys? The rules is like we have to really like the product and genuinely use it,
Yeah.
which means one of us has to come in a
Well,
tube and
well,
then practice washing
Well,
it.
this brings us to what I was going to talk about next.
We just get that guy Ruben Solo. He loved it.
There may be someone on the team that already owns a Fleshlight.
Owned is a possessive word.
You notice we all looked at you like, not one time. You didn't see me go, Devlin. Everyone went straight to Keelan. Is this why you knew so much about it last episode?
It might be.
I'm not
yeah.
saying anything, but that is a possessive word. And
So,
I'm not admitting to anything.
I may have found out something yesterday when me and Keelan were working together, but Keelan said we're only allowed to talk about this on Patreon because his mum listens to this. Was his words. He goes, "Oh yeah, mum listens to it.
All right, so
Patreon."
are we?
Well, you know what is funny? My room flooded back a couple years ago, and she had to
Because
clean
you didn't
out.
clean it.
The laundry flooded, made my room flood. She had to clean out my room and found a few.
Let's save this for
Let's have
Patreon.
this. And you know,
It's
let's
too
record
gross.
the Patreon episode right after because I want to get to the bottom of this.
Okay, great. So what are we finishing
But
up
also, long distance relationships must be rough.
with? Well, let's not get too graphic because this is,
Yeah, and it's not a family podcast, but maybe one. It will never be actually that.
I can be the official ambassador for.
Okay, well, all right. Let's move on and we'll get to it in Patreon because I wanted to talk about
Well, we have two things to talk about.
So Sydney obviously has caused the entire country to get locked down.
So we're putting off Keelan's Big Brother segment for the time being.
Well, we only have time for one thing, so we're gonna have to make a call here. Hello? No, I don't want to listen to Big Brother either. Great.
What did they say? They didn't want to hear it?
No.
Okay.
They didn't want to hear it either. So we'll talk about Sydney.
Well, if we get time at the end and we can squeeze it in potentially, because I think he made an opener and I think he really
All right,
he told
okay.
me he really wants to do it, but
It's the finale episode.
it's the finale or something.
We'll
Yeah.
see how much time we have.
Sydney had a COVID breach. A few, and by the way, hilariously getting COVID back up and going in their place.
Absolutely hilarious. After all the shit the premiers and the people who live in Sydney have been given to everyone who live in
I'm not
Melbourne,
even talking
we'll
about-
never do a lockdown. All right.
I'm not even talking the irony and the
Yeah.
fact that they were calling it a stay-at-home order when it was clearly a lockdown.
So funny. Well, it's not a lockdown. You
Yeah.
just can't leave your house and all the rules are the same.
There's only four reasons to leave your house, like a lockdown.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about some of the COVID breaches that they've reported.
Yeah.
This one I think a lot of people are aware of. 2 guys were sunbathing naked on a beach.
Yeah.
Near Sydney. They got startled by a deer and then ran nude into a national park. And you're thinking, Luke, that's as good as the story gets. Incorrect.
Oh,
They
there's
got
more.
found naked in a national park because they got lost by the SES. They found a guy naked wandering with a backpack in just the
What?
middle of nowhere. And then
Hang on. So he had a backpack, but in the backpack there were no clothes.
I don't know. I don't know if it was a nudist beach. I'm still not even sure why they were naked.
What is weird is why was the deer at the beach?
Oh, man, there's so many questions. Why was the deer at the beach? Then if you saw a deer, why would you run into a national park? Because I think that's where there'd be likely,
Where the deer
more
lives.
statistically, more
Yeah.
deer and also where the deer came from.
Yeah.
So don't run towards...
Run into the ocean.
Yes, exactly right. Another one was, and this was my favorite story that came out. Rich people always think they're above COVID. I mean, I did it for a bit,
Yeah.
and
Where
I'm
were
not
you
rich.
last month?
Of just being above COVID, not in lockdown.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
paying for hotels for a
there
month.
and avoiding it.
Yeah.
I wasn't escaping it.
Luke didn't leave a place that had COVID. He just made sure he never entered
Yes.
a place, basically.
Oh,
You
Sydney,
didn't-
I got out when I could see it getting bad. But I had a show in Canberra anyway, so I just left a week earlier than I was planning on.
Luke followed all of the rules.
Yes. Yeah, I did everything legally. I'm just saying rich people always try and get out. Now, there was a story of a COVID breach happening where a couple got busted in South Australia.
Yeah.
Now, if you were rich, you'd be like... And when I first read this, I was like, wow, they're fleeing to Adelaide. Bit weird, but I guess where else are you going to go at the moment? Because everywhere seems to be going into lockdown, except for us.
Adelaide would be a nice place to lock down. It's nice and small, relaxed.
They flew their private plane, it said in the article, to the Northern Territory. They got denied there. So then they flew it. So they were like, oh, we're so rich, we can afford another flight somewhere on our own plane. They flew down from Northern Territory to a place that you'd be familiar with from our Uber drive a few weeks ago, Cooper Pedy, which has
Why
a
would you go
population
there?
of 1,700 people. To put that into perspective, Gympie has a population of 20,000. So it's 1/20th, almost 1/10 of the size of Gympie.
Right. So they would rock up on a private jet, just dripping in jewels.
Yeah.
And then go to the local IGA.
Not thinking that would raise suspicions at all. They'd be
Yeah.
the only people rocking up to Cooper Pedy on a private jet.
They'd be the only people rocking up to Cooper Pedy.
It's an opal mining town where most of the people live underground in holes, like in caves. And they were caught by local police who were tasked in finding them. Not a hard job. They got caught at a karaoke bar. I'm assuming the one bar. And what interested me about this was, firstly, didn't think there'd be enough demand in that place to have a karaoke bar.
That is
Secondly, I wonder what song they got busted singing.
interesting. Yeah.
I wonder
You're the voice?
what are rich people sing? What are
don't
rich
know.
people into?
I don't know. Well, mate, you've come to the right
I was
person.
thinking Coldplay.
Yeah, I love Coldplay.
What's like snobby pop music? I don't even know.
No. You too.
Yeah.
Definitely you too.
Yeah. They were busting out Vertigo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Some of the more rock stuff.
Wearing the Bono sunnies.
Hello, hello. And then the cops were like, hi,
Yeah.
you're under
Oh,
arrest.
Fuck. Yeah, that absolutely. It was definitely a
You're not
U2
in a
song.
place called Vertigo. You're in a place called Cooper Pedy and it's illegal. Get out of here.
It seems to be all of the breaches in Sydney are hilarious. Like all the breaches in Melbourne, or even when COVID got out, was like a guy went to Bunnings 3 times.
They're all just people going to kebab shops.
Yeah, but all of the ones in Sydney are crazy. Especially this guy who rocked up to a press conference and interrupted a press conference to serve the police commissioner his own handwritten cease and desist notice. This is during the press conference. A guy who, to be fair, looked exactly like Jesus, insisted that he was God and the creator of the
Incorrect.
universe.
I've seen the photo of him. He didn't look like Jesus. He looked like the homeless guy in Happy Gilmore.
That's what Jesus would have looked like.
Sure, I guess,
Like in
yeah.
all of the paintings, he's got really long, beautiful, silky hair. Looks like he came out of a Pantene ad. Let's be honest. Back in the times where Jesus was, no shampoo, barely any showers, he would have looked exactly like that guy.
He didn't have the lawnmower 3.0.
Absolutely
He wasn't
not.
using Manscaped.
So he's leaning over the microphones trying to serve the police commissioner his own cease
Can
and
you
desist
do that?
notice.
Can you serve people? Can anyone just serve anyone a cease and desist?
Yeah, because it's cease and
a
desist is
threat.
like, stop that or I'll sue you. So he can do that. So this is what he was doing.
So, did you receive my notice of cease and desist?
During the press conference, and the police commissioner's like, I don't know who you are.
Yep.
And then he starts getting led away and he starts saying this.
I am the prime creator of this earth.
I am the prime creator of this earth. Anyone who says words that fast, I am the prime creator of this earth, is nuts.
Well, yeah,
If you said
because
the sky is blue, insane.
it's just like, look, unless he's immortal, how old was he? Like 40?
Yeah, 40.
Like, it's well documented that like stuff happened before the 70s.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, like the Earth was here, people were chilling, wars happened.
Yeah.
And I believe that because I'm like, oh yeah, I went to the War Museum in Canberra. I saw a cannon. It looked old. I was like, oh yeah, that was definitely
I've met my
from the
grandfather.
40s.
I've talked to him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's older
I have
than-
grandparents.
Yeah.
They were like, nah, we used to do
Do they
stuff.
know that guy?
I haven't asked them.
Well, then he might have created them. We don't really know. We're
Perhaps.
younger than our
We are
parents.
ruling out the fact that he's immortal and
Yeah.
maybe he does have it.
Doesn't
He's an all.
age.
But also, if you are some almighty power who's immortal and seen everything that's ever happened in time on this planet, why are you serving people cease and desist?
Yeah, if I had the power of God,
Yeah.
I would eliminate admin.
I wouldn't be threatening people legally. I'd
Yeah.
just be clicking my fingers and making them
instead
cease
of going,
to desist.
Yeah, instead of going
Exist. Sorry.
instead of going let there be light, I would go let there be no admin.
Yeah.
And it would be done.
You know, I wouldn't be calling my lawyer. The chances of that bloke having a lawyer that's not his friend from the skate park,
Yeah.
huge unlikelihood.
Wow, that was a real...
I got lost in the sentence. I didn't know how to finish it.
I am the prime creator of this earth.
Yeah.
What a
That's
king.
fucked.
King. I love that guy.
And what's funny is maybe for will be really good for international listeners is
Yeah.
this gets reported on our news like it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like our news is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like when you watch the news, it's like half a sitcom, half that's sad.
yeah. Like, yeah, it's a national tragedy.
We all laugh at it. Like we watch it and go, "Oh, did you see the fucking lunatic
Yeah.
that thought he made the earth?" And then we laugh, and then we all just forget about it.
Yes.
And that's our culture.
Yeah, we don't have significant news events. Like COVID is probably the only thing that's ever happened to us.
Maybe. Well, I said this early on the podcast was I've never been affected by anything before that's ever happened on a global scale other than this.
Yes.
Usually we see stuff overseas and we go, that's bad.
Bushfires is probably the only thing the whole country has cared about at once.
Yeah.
Everything else is like, she'll be right.
That's just because koalas are hella cute anyway.
Yes.
Like after bushfires happen, like I have a joke about bushfires, right? It's also, it mentions fog, right? It's
I've heard about that bit. That's the greatest bit of all time.
quite a cult bit of stand-up comedy that people may or may not have heard of. But yeah, I was doing that
Speaking of cults.
I am the prime creator of this earth.
people after I was doing that joke for a bit, like
Yeah.
it was really trendy on the regional tour because
Yeah.
we were going through places that were affected by bushfires. It was black on the freeways.
Half the places we went to were literally
burnt.
charred.
And now I do this bit. I kind of bring up the bushfires. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's classic white people.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, man, that's how I found out that's how people describe my shows to their friends. It is weird and I don't know why. I do just get 95% white people at my show. It's just what I attract.
Yeah.
And mainly because I talk about Wheat Bix a lot on podcasts
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I guess that's relatable.
Yes.
People go, oh yes, I do 6.
Yeah.
I had a discussion with a couple of blokes after my show. There was one guy who wasn't white, right? Yeah, there was like Arabic, I think. And I go, oh, mate, thanks for coming along. And you can always tell the people who got dragged along.
Yeah.
Regardless of their race, right?
Yeah.
You can just tell by their body language and they don't really want a photo, but they're kind of just in it because their friends are.
Yeah.
I
They
go-
have a good time, but
Yeah.
they're not necessarily fans.
And I go, oh, did he drag you along? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I actually didn't know you were for 3 hours before. It was great. And I go, oh, how did he describe my show to you, just out of interest? And he goes, oh, white. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, oh, he just said, he goes, what type of comedy is it? He goes, I asked, what type of comedy is it? And he said, what? And then he goes, and then I rocked up and I heard Mr. Brightside playing in the pre-show playlist and I was like, geez, he was fucking spot on.
Yes.
He goes, and then you walked out, proceeded to talk about cum for an hour, which is white.
Yeah.
And a very white thing to discuss because I have no problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, mate, he nailed it, fucking nailed it on the head. He goes, I got exactly what I came for and I appreciate it.
Yeah, so I guess if you're wondering how to describe Luke's shows to your friend, like as the comedian,
Caucasian.
Luke, where would you rather in like the sentence white and funny to go? Which one's first? Like, what's it like? Really? Oh, he's really funny. It's quite white type of humor. Or what's it like? Really white, but he's also funny.
Actually, the latter. I mean, it's not a great ad, but it's very accurate. Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very. I rep my culture. I don't know why you can't do that. People frown upon white people repping it.
There's nothing wrong with it as long as you're not going and it's better than all these other ones.
No,
just be like, yeah.
But if I can't celebrate my traditional foods like fairy bread and lamingtons, then fuck you.
I mean, what people go Australians don't have to have culture, mate.
Try again, sweetie.
Yeah,
Try
have
again.
you seen fairy bread?
Yeah.
That's us.
And most of our culture is stolen.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what about Frankfurt's? But that's American.
Yeah.
Probably German, actually. I think sausages are German.
Absolutely not American, yeah. Frankfurt is a German word.
Yeah.
Most
sausages are German.
And guys, this is our culture.
Yeah.
Is going, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't have any problems.
Which is actually, we've also stolen from America.
There we go. Full circle. Anyway, speaking of shit that doesn't matter.
This is
Well, I didn't even get to intro it.
That is the intro.
No, but
Okay.
I don't really have one. I just wasn't ready.
Yeah, okay.
Big Brother finale was last night.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Really?
This is Big Brother.
10 seconds to think.
Keelan's Big Brother recap starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Guys, the 2021 season of Big Brother's over.
By the way, for new listeners,
And it won't be missed.
Keelan just
pause it.
reviews
Pause
Big
it.
Brother.
Yeah. Well, he was interrupting
Well,
my
we
segment.
did never set that up.
There's no pause button. Then we're going to do the whole thing
Hang
again.
on, I just, we didn't set up at all. Keelan does minute recaps of Big Brother. That's all.
But he only gets 60 seconds.
And I think this time, since I haven't done it for a while, and it was a finale, I get to go a bit longer.
We'll
Well,
see.
there's been a whole season. You've only done this twice. This is the third time you've done the segment.
I
I
forgot
haven't
it
been
was on.
watching, obviously.
So what?
Well, why are we doing the
But
segment?
no one
Hit
watches,
the
so why
button.
are we doing it?
Well, because I've been watching the clips.
It's kind of like...
This is Big Brother.
It's launch week. Keelan's Big Brother recap starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So season 14, I guess, of the show is over.
Yeah.
It won't be missed or remembered. Live show was awful. You know, it was pretty bad last year.
Yeah.
Not as bad as last year, but still pretty bad.
Yeah.
The season was cool.
Yeah.
25 unremarkable and not very interesting housemates. We're in the house for 60 days,
Yeah.
not doing much.
Yeah. Who won?
Marley. First person
Who's
of
that?
colour to win since 2004. Pretty cool.
First person what?
Of colour.
Yeah.
I voted for SJ because I like her vibes.
Yeah.
But I didn't want Christina to win. Fuck her. Yeah, I'm done. I had a whole idea to make like a full package and everything, but got in.
You,
was like,
you say that every time we do the segment.
yeah. But that would take 10 or so minutes.
Congrats to Marley.
Yeah. Well done, Marley.
$250,000.
And congrats to people of colour everywhere.
So don't worry, guys. About 3 months away, we're doing the VIP Big Brother recap.
What's that?
It's the celebrity season of Big Brother.
All right.
How high? This is going to be good. I'm interested in this.
And then
I'm not interested in the show. I just want to know who they get. Is it going to be like the same as I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where it's like...
It's gonna be like the winners of the old seasons who still want to be involved.
Here's my gripe with celebrity shows.
Luke's Grimes.
Not rhyming, so okay.
Yeah.
If I've met, and I'm just not trying to be a brag, by the way, because it's actually my point.
Yeah.
If I've met over half the cast of your celebrity show before, just around, not you're not celebrities.
Nah,
when I
count.
watched the last season of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, I was like, most of these people had something to, like a one-off segment at the radio station.
Yeah.
Just at gigs.
Yeah, Luke and I are like the opposite of Daniel Tocknell, the celeb spot king. If we spot you, you're not a celeb.
Yeah,
You know?
pretty much. Unless you are out in the wild, then
Yeah.
maybe we go, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then in October, they have another season of Big Brother.
Well, you know what's going to happen right now? We're going to do the Patreon episode, and we're going to talk about this fleshlight business and get real in depth and
Great.
figure out once and for all whether or not Keelan owned one. Was it used?
1, 2, 3.
We'll find out the quantity and all the details.
I'm actually stoked. Let's get into it. It'll be on Patreon right now.
I'm concerned. But yeah,
See
thanks
you
for
over
listening.
there.